Well, do you know what? He's not happy, and to be honest, I don't blame him. Let's begin. Well, do you know, I could be wrong, but it seems they're picking a fight with the wrong guy, because Nigel Farage isn't very happy at all. But why not? I mean, it's come out recently that he's only 2 points behind the Tories in the poll, and that was from what I've heard before he actually announced himself as leader. So why is he not happy with that? What's going on? Well, apparently, according to the article, they say that Nigel Farage rages. They want to suppress us as he demands answers from the polling companies, and has written to the head of the British Polling Council amid claims that some leading pollsters are effectively suppressing Reform UK in their surveys. But how can they do that? If they give people the choice, then, you know, presumably it's up to the people, right? Well, that might be where the problem lies, because it says that whilst admittedly some reputable pollsters are recording results as high as 17 points, which is obviously 2 points off the Tories, others see Reform UK much further behind, around 12%. But how can that be? Are they going into a Labour area or something like that? Well, apparently not. Taken to Twitter this morning, Mr Farage blasted leading pollsters such as Savanta and Optimus as they refused to prompt for Reform UK when they ask voters who they will back. Instead, they apparently list, according to this, parties such as the Tories, Labour and the Liberal Democrats. But voters apparently choose other before getting the opportunity to voice support for Reform UK, which, if you think about it, if you are being surveyed in the street about what party you're going to vote for, they should list all the 7 parties, surely. I mean, what's the whole point in doing a poll if they're not going to do that, eh? And yeah, of course, I don't know about you, but I would have thought that Reform UK would be surely classed as equal or even higher to the Liberal Democrats in the first place, so therefore they surely should be mentioned as an option, shouldn't they? Mr Farage, though, he accused pollsters of wanting to suppress his increasingly popular party, demanded it must stop. And that is right, isn't it? And this evening, apparently the Daily Express has seen the letter from Mr Farage to the British Polling Council, in which he demands clarification on which companies are not actually prompting for Reform UK. The tense letter, it says here, to Professor Jane Green reads, "In this election, not all polling companies have made it clear whether they prompt reform under other or as they should in their initial voting intention question. While debating the merits of this approach falls under the purview of the Market Research Society, the transparency regarding whether polling companies are pursuing this approach is under your purview. Can you please write to your members to ensure greater transparency on this matter?" So hopefully now that they have been given a verbal kick in the gonads, that surely will make them alter their ways, because no polling company wants to be seen as a liar or favourable to one party or another or anything like that, do they? They want to be surely seen as reliable, and if they are not deemed as reliable, then people just won't pay any attention to them, will they? Presumably, anyway. But Nigel says your members must be honest with the public as to how they are measuring or suppressing the Reform vote. No doubt, of course, this would lead to an explosion in the comments when all the lefty Labour voters out there saying, well, maybe Nigel isn't doing as well as he thinks he is. Well, whilst you may be having a big smile on your face at the moment, thinking that your party's leader, Keir Starmer, might soon be walking through Downing Street to then presumably bow down under his EU masters, maybe Nigel Farage might finally get a seat in the House of Commons, which no doubt, of course, would presumably wipe the smile off any Labour voter's face, eh? It even says here that after 7 attempts to get elected in the House of Commons, Mr Farage looks on course to fulfil his life's goal in the Essex Seaside constituency, and Britain Elect's forecast that Mr Farage will take a seat with 29.8% of the vote, pipping the Tory candidate's 28.2%, so finally, Nigel, it is about time you went in that House of Commons there. But either way, we haven't actually got to wait too long to find out, so vote Reform to make it all happen.